Welcome back to Daily English Talk. I'm Jack,
Hi, Emma.
and today we are heading straight into the noise, the chaos, the social pressure of a local pub.
Oh, boy.
Because I have to be honest, I had a bit of a meltdown last night.
A meltdown. That doesn't really sound like you. You're usually the guy striking up conversations.
Usually, yes. But last night, it was different. I went to this new spot downtown.
Okay.
Great atmosphere, super trendy, but the music was just thumping,
Yeah.
and it was packed, shoulder to shoulder.
Right. I can picture it.
So I get to the bar, the bartender looks at me with that impatient, I'm busy stare, and my brain just flatlined.
The classic deer in the headlights moment.
Totally. All those, elegant sentences I'd practiced,
Yeah.
just gone. Poof. I felt like I was back in kindergarten.
Oh, no.
I just panic ordered. I think I literally shouted, beer,
Uh-huh.
while, pointing vaguely at a tap.
Huh. Did it work?
I mean, it was effective. I got a drink,
Mm.
but I felt like a caveman.
Me want beer. Me want beer. The universal language of desperation. But what you're describing, that's actually fascinating from a psychological perspective.
Oh, yeah.
It's a textbook example of what we call the affective filter.
The affective filter. I've heard that term, thrown around in language learning circles. It sounds like a car part.
It really does, doesn't it?
Right.
Gotta check my affective filter.
Exactly.
But think of it more like a bouncer for your brain.
Not bouncer, okay.
When you're relaxed and happy, the bouncer just lets language in and out, no problem. But the second your anxiety spikes.
Like when a bartender is staring you down and the bass is rattling your chest.
Exactly. The bouncer puts up a velvet rope, input is blocked, and your output is just frozen.
That is exactly what it felt like. A mental velvet rope. So my brain basically went into survival mode.
Totally. Your amygdala, the fear center, it just hijacked everything. It decided that, grammar was not necessary for survival, so it shut that department down. So the goal of today's deep dive isn't just to teach you words, it's to give you tools to sneak past that bouncer.
I like that. We're going to hack the affective filter.
We're going to give you functional formulas. These are like pre-packaged chunks of language.
Uh-huh.
If you memorize the whole chunk, you don't have to build the sentence from scratch when you're under pressure. You just pull it out of your pocket.
Low cognitive load. I don't have to think. I just fire.
Precisely. So we are going to break down the entire architecture of ordering at a bar, from the polite opening to the confusing world of payment.
And hopefully cover some stuff that, usually gets left out of the textbooks, like how to read a menu without having a panic attack.
Essential skills. So let's start by simulating it. Let's go to that noisy bar. I'll play the customer, the cool, collected version of you.
Huh.
And you can be the busy bartender again.
Okay, let me get into character. Wiping down the counter, got 3 other orders in my head, and I'm looking at you. Action.
Hi there.
Hi. What can I get for you?
Could I see a drinks menu, please?
Sure, here you go. We have a great happy hour special on craft beers right now.
Oh, nice. What's on tap?
We've got an IPA, a lager, and a local stout.
I'll take a pint of the lager, please. And for my friend.
I'll have a gin and tonic, please. Oh, and could I get extra lime in that?
He knew what he wanted.
You got it.
Anything else?
No, that's all. Do you start a tab or should I pay now?
You can pay as you go. That'll be $14.
Perfect.
Okay, scene. Seeing it played out like that, it's so deceptively simple. It didn't feel robotic at all, but it was very, very structured.
Structure is your best friend when the music is loud. Let's go back to the very first thing I said, the opener.
Right. I didn't say I want the menu.
No, you said, could I see a drinks menu?
Could I? This is the golden key for A1 and A2 learners. Honestly, for everyone, I want. Can sound a little aggressive.
A bit demanding, yeah. Like a toddler.
Exactly. Could I? It just instantly softens the whole interaction. It signals respect.
It says, I know you're busy, but when you have a moment.
Could I see the menu? Could I get a napkin? It's a polite formula that just works in pretty much 100% of situations.
Okay, so let's talk about what happens next. You get the menu. This is where I usually freeze up again.
Right.
Because you open it, and it's like reading poetry. A crisp, hop-forward ale with notes of citrus and pine. What does that even mean?
The adjectives. Menus are terrified of plain nouns. It's overwhelming.
It really is. You see words like artisanal, zesty, full-bodied, and you panic because you don't know them.
Okay, here is the secret. Ignore the adjectives.
Really?
Just scan for the nouns. You were looking for lager, ale, stout, IPA, wine, gin. The rest is just, marketing decoration.
That is such a relief. So I don't need to know what assertive mouthfeel means to order a beer.
Definitely not. Just find the category. But in our role play, I didn't even look at the menu. I asked a question that saved me the trouble.
You asked, what's on tap? This is a huge phrase for pub culture, isn't it?
It's massive. A tap is the handle on the bar. It connects to a keg, that big metal barrel.
Right, under the counter.
And beer from the tap, or draft beer, is usually fresher and colder than beer from a bottle.
And it's a great way to start a conversation, right? If you ask, what's on tap, you're basically asking the bartender for a short list.
Exactly. You don't have to read anything. They'll usually just list 3 or 4 options. We have a lager, an IPA, and a stout. Then you just pick one.
It filters the choices for you. I love that.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the actual ordering. You used a phrase, I used a phrase, and they were almost identical.
I'll take, and I'll have.
This is that Lego block idea we talked about.
Right. I'll have is your base block. You just snap the noun onto the end of it. I'll have the lager. I'll have a water.
I'll have the burger. Yeah. It's so much better than trying to build a complex sentence like, I would like to order.
And it's native. It's what we actually say. I would like to purchase a beverage is grammatically perfect, but it's socially weird.
A little robotic.
I'll have a pint is what you want.
Speaking of pint, let's talk about that. Measurements. Because if you just say, I want a beer, they're going to ask, pint, half, bottle.
You have to preempt the question. A pint is the standard size. It's roughly half a liter, a little different in the UK versus the US, but it always just means the big glass.
And if you want a smaller one?
In the UK, you ask for a half. Simple. I'll have a half of lager. In the US, it's a bit less common to order a half pint. You'd probably just get a bottle if you want less.
Got it. Okay, no. I threw a curveball in there. I ordered a gin and tonic, and I asked for extra lime.
Which was perfect. You customized your order.
I always feel a bit, I don't know, high maintenance asking for changes.
You shouldn't. That formula, can I get extra ingredient, is so powerful. You aren't making a complex request.
Right.
You're just saying extra lime, extra ice, extra olives. It's punchy. It gets the job done.
Okay, but now we need to get into the cultural minefield. The end of it all. Payment.
This is where things get really different depending on where you are in the world.
You asked, do you start a tab or should I pay now?
Right. So in the US and in many bars in the UK, starting a tab is very common. This means you give your credit card to the bartender.
And they keep it. This freaks people out. I've had friends visit from other countries where you never, ever let your card out of your sight.
It requires a leap of faith for sure, but the system is they keep the card, you keep ordering drinks, and they add it to your bill. At the end of the night, you close the tab.
You pay the total, get your card back, and if you don't want to do that...
Then you pay as you go, like we did in the role play. You pay for each drink as you get it.
But here's the elephant in the room, especially for the U.S. tipping.
Oh, huge. In the U.S., tipping is not optional. It is like the bartender's salary.
So if I pay as I go and my beer is, say, $7, how much do I tip?
The standard rule of thumb is $1 per drink. Maybe $2 if it's a fancy cocktail that took them a while to make.
And if I run a tab and my bill is $50 at the end,
then you tip between 15 and 20% of the total bill.
what happens if you don't?
The bartender will probably just ignore you the next time you try to order. It's a social contract.
It's different in the U.K., though.
Very different. It's appreciated, but not mandatory in the same way. But in the U.S., you have to factor it into the price.
That is a vital detail. It's not just about the words. It's about the behavior that makes you a good customer.
Exactly. You want the bartender on your side, using could I, having your order ready with I'll have, and knowing how to tip. That is how you become a regular.
Okay, so we get the psychology, the vocabulary, the economics, but understanding isn't speaking.
Not at all. We need to move it from the brain to the mouth, and that's where our shadowing lab comes in.
Right. For any new listeners, shadowing is where you repeat exactly what you hear immediately after you hear it. You're mimicking the rhythm, the pitch, everything.
We're going to focus on pronunciation and blending because native speakers, we don't talk like robots. We glue our words together.
Okay, let's start with that key question about the beer handles.
What's on tap? Now, listen closely. It's not what is on tap. The S in what slides right into the O in on. It sounds like what, son?
Like Watson, Sherlock's friend, Watson.
Exactly. Let's try it. I'll say it, then you repeat. Ready? What's on tap?
What's on tap?
Perfect. Again, what's on tap?
What's on tap? I can feel that link. It makes it so much faster.
Now for the Lego block order,
Mm-hmm.
I'll take a pint of lager. There's a sound in English called the schwa. It's a weak, lazy sound. We don't say pint of lager, we say point a lager.
Pinta. It almost becomes one word. Pinta lager.
Yes. You stress the important words, pint and lager. The rest is just glue. Let's try it. I'll take a pint of lager.
We'll take a pint of lager.
Again, I'll take a pint of
I'll
lager.
take a pint of lager. That rhythm feels way more natural. It just flows.
Last one, the customization. Can I get extra lime in that? Notice the flow at the end. Lime in that. The consonant links to the vowel.
Lime in that. Right. Lime in.
Precisely. Let's do it. Can I get extra lime in that?
Can I get extra lime in that?
One more time. Can I get extra lime in that?
Can I get extra lime in that? Muscle memory is so important here. If your mouth knows the shape, your brain doesn't have to panic when that effective filter kicks in.
That is the whole goal. Automate the basics so you can actually enjoy your night. But we can't just practice in the lab. We need a field test.
Which brings us to our task and interaction. We have a homework assignment for all of you,
We want you to try a technique called soliloquizing.
which is a very fancy word for talking to yourself.
It is, but it's specifically about acting out a role when you're alone. It takes all the social pressure away. You can stumble, you can sound weird, and nobody knows.
So here's the mission. Tonight, or whenever you have a moment, go to your kitchen, grab a glass of water. That's your prop.
Stand in front of a mirror. Your reflection in the mirror is the bartender, and you need to look them in the eye. Eye contact is part of the language.
Okay, then turn on your phone's voice recorder. We want you to record a 30-second interaction.
Step 1, ask, what's on tap?
Step 2, order a drink for yourself using I'll have, and then order another one for an imaginary friend.
And step 3, ask to start a tab.
And then, and this is the hard part, you have to listen to the recording.
It's painful, we know. Nobody likes the sound of their own voice. But listen for the blends. Did you say what, son? Did you say pinta? Did you sound polite?
Use that recording to kind of debug your own speaking. If you can do it comfortably in the mirror, you are 90% of the way there.
And to make it fun, because bars are supposed to be fun. We want to know, who is your bar persona?
Oh, I love this. When I'm in the mirror, am I Jack the Sophisticate or am I still Jack the Caveman?
Exactly. Give yourself a cool persona name. Delazar7, Emma. Cool Hand, Luke. Whatever. Drop those names in the comments. It really helps to pretend to be someone confident until you actually become confident.
Take it till you make it. That is legitimate language learning advice.
It really is.
Well, we've covered the panic, the polite formulas, the menu blindness, and the money. I think we're ready to face the music. Literally.
I think so. No more. You want beer?
Never again. Thanks, everyone, for listening to this deep dive. Remember, speak confidently, tip your bartender.
And drink responsibly. Bye.